Right, let's get this show on the road. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Rising Stones, where today, 2 days after patch day, I think it is, I'm finally going to get to start the 5.4 MSQ. Why 2 days after? Because I had to do Year 11 Parents' Evening yesterday, and that just took up all my time. So, what was going on? Well, we finished Shadowbringers, we killed a leader bus, we were introduced to Fan Daniel, we went and did a bit of Boja, and I guess we start working towards whatever the next expansion is going to be. I don't know what that's going to be, so this should be quite interesting, I think. Kyle. Alisaie's quest. Kyle's eyes light up at the sight of you. Oh, greetings, Demagen. Come to look in on our friends. Rest assured, everyone is quite safe. I've been keeping a close eye on them, and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convene in Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we? Nod. No nod. Straight into a cutscene. Give me voice acting.
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Yes, let us.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I have a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
The truth of the matter. Okay, Thancred. Don't get yourself killed.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows.
Urianger, your voice sounds slightly different.
In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission.
I wonder if the VAs that do the stuff for FF14 have had to do the same kind of things that a lot of people have done, which is, set up home booths and stuff for voice acting, which might explain why they sound different, but he actually just sounds different. Or maybe it's because I've got a particular style of doing Urianger's voice for myself, and that's what I think of now. Because he used to be a lot more like mine.
Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Ah! Shrug. Stola giggling.
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh. Tattoo! No, Tattoo's there. Oh.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hi, Lise.
Lise?
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
Actually, it could just be the fact that I'm playing it out the speakers rather than the headphones. I wonder if I've got different settings on the Go XLR for both. Should probably check that, really. I've only had it a year.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
Thank you, our new eyes and ears, for reminding us of who she is.
I don't believe we've met.
Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted. But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather
What exactly is Lise's field of expertise? Don't get me wrong, I quite like Lise, especially in comparison to Alphino.
I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Why's neck so big?
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Did they?
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory.
Trip that ego, Alphino.
A more dependable comrade, one would be hard-pressed
Hey,
to find.
I'm right here. Aw, embarrassed cat.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it.
Yes, well done, Lise. At least you're honest. At least you're honest. I like Alphino's little look of frustration. She's so dense. She's not.
Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
For now.
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes.
But wait.
Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength.
See, Stola
Even
sounds
so,
the same.
As the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak.
True that.
And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
I still want to know what caused it in the first place. Recap.
But tell us, Lise, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
Oh yeah, you showed up.
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? All right, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire.
Good times?
So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne.
Who? Minerva, I'm assuming that would be.
The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long
Surprise!
for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the imperial capital
That's
have
the
been
line from the
reduced to
trailer.
rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Us? Why us? What possible use could we be?
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald. And we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
What a coinkydink!
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
What's that?
Oh, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
You may not.
I want to find a way to cure the tempered.
Ah, Kaboo!
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
Haha!
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alisaie, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best.
Yes, you will.
I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
Wow. Thanks, Alisaie. What meeting? Lead on. I do not like meetings. Keep in mind that
I knew you'd
I'm a
say
teacher
yes.
and have been to many. I haven't reinstalled the
I'll
hair
come
mod,
too.
have I?
If you don't mind, that is.
No, you may join Graha.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company.
Yes, please do speak
Pray,
for us, Stola.
Enjoy your time together with your hero.
Wow. Catty.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
Sola is being very, very mean.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Oh, I love it. Oh yes, definitely need to reinstall those hair mods. It's the only mod I use in this game to improve the hair texture because the hair texture really annoys me. Obviously, I'd use a full-on texture replacement for everything else if I could, but I can't. So let's... Some amount of time later, I don't actually know how much time later. It took a while. I've had to log in, 3 times since then to double check things are working. So I've got the hair mods installed. I've also installed NPCs defined so that you can actually make sure that the NPCs look a bit better. You know, it's not a major thing. Just you know, the texture quality in FF14 is not very good. Alisaie, let's get on with some questing, shall we? When I set out to save Howlick, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind, and having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I'm convinced... Oh yeah, got that on, haven't I? Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the ether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alisaie, and it warrants full investigation. If there is even a chance we can save Gabu, we have to try. But however much I'd like to race over to Limsa and set to work, there's no room for recklessness, not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Becklug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so, before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not of the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allegans took a more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the still can't pronounce this. The Etherochemical Research Facility. Where they experimented on primals and their worshippers, yes. Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Alisaie, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? Tataru? Meet me at the northern bank of Lake Silvertear. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. It's not going to be much of a surprise with that, is it, Tataru? Has she been making airships now? Summoning Aegis. Cooking, cleaning, expert tailoring, mining. What's next? That's not the door out, is it? Has she been engineering? Who knows? Who knows? I was wondering whether this was going to record okay. This is my first time playing the game at 4K. And I'm running at 70 odd FPS, which isn't bad considering. Oh yeah, we can fly now in here, can't we? What's that quest? Take with a ton of salt. I'm sure I say this every time the MSQ rolls around, but I don't really play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. Tataru, where did you get this airship from? Oh, she's got a practical clothes on. It's very nice. I give you the Bonanza, the Scion's very own airship. I I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for luck and prosperity. Tatooine, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Ooh, that. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship? I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coin keeper. I'd also introduced myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. Hi. Nice hair. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Alisaie. But enough talk. It's time to fly. All aboard. Don't know what's up with my voice today. I think in anticipation of playing this, it's gone croaky. What was the car noise for? Speak with Tattoo. Tattoo. Oh. And here we are straight away. Did I ever mention that I was fond of flying? Because I am. Be it on an airship or an ammo or choker, there's nothing so exhilarating as feeling the wind on your face as the horizon unfolds before you. Did Tatooine not come with us? Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Tatooine's outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Alisaie. An Alpha Nose report did not do the scale of this place justice. So this is where you had your reckoning with Thornton. I wish I'd been with you. Yeah, you do. Rioteer surveys his surroundings with an expectant glint in his eye. This appears to be Helix, which means we stand in the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Alisaie, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records of the Crystal Tower. Unless I'm mistaken, this path leads to an aetheryte, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Okay. I'd say he can remember the place better than I can, but I actually came here whilst doing the grinding for the relic weapons, so it's reasonably fresh-ish in my mind, though not really, because it has been a little while. Time for our authority on Allag artifacts to show what he can do. And here is the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Beep, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. Give me law. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption. An overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. No. Confound it. The contents appear to have been deleted. What? No. Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is where to look. It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I'd say it's a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he would have had quarters on the Habisphere. We can ascertain the details at Habisphere Control. Can't remember where that is. Let's return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship then. We'll see you at the Habisphere. Nice little bit of detail there. And... Legacy Chocobo fly! It is still one of my biggest wishes to enable our companion Chocobo to actually wear the skin off. That sounds weird. To look like our Legacy Chocobo if you have access to one. Yeah, it would be really cool to fight alongside your Legacy Chocobo. It's not really very different. It's a... well, I suppose it's got different armor and stuff. But I think that would make a really cool kind of addition. But it's time and resources to make it work. Is this the hemisphere? No, it's over the other side of this. I don't know why I'm avoiding the enemies. They will not aggro us at this level. We are still level 80. Also, still really like the music in Alisaie. I'm guessing this is the hemisphere from the fact that it's a sphere. Alisaie. Mana cutters appear to be ironworks made, but I dare say Tatooine will craft her own soon enough. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this node will be able to tell us its number. Maybe. Owen. Oh, I assume therefore that the kind of holographic stuff that we saw in the trailer is related to this. There. From what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning! An evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the hemisphere is not permitted at this time. Foil the golem. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Thermal Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example. If we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning aspected ether was prone to pooling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. You had a lot of time to read the reports. Minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there is no such thing as too much Allag knowledge. Besides, my studies help me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, it is more exhilarating than I can well express. Oh. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the beta quadrants. Oh, but beware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the ether is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. Oh, Alisaie. The first to return here with the shard wins. What do you say? Nod. Very well. It would be my honour to come third. Nicely done. Nicely done. There's a certain degree of levity to the writing, which is to be expected, I think, after the kind of depths of darkness in the Shadowbringers storyline. Meow. Oh, where are we going? In here. Low corpse fire. Stagnant lightning. Lightning? Lightning. Yes. Not lighting. Lightning. And shockingly, some lightning dudes. How do I play again? It's been a while. I mean, I'm a tank, so it's not exactly going to test me. Let's help you out while I'm here. No. You don't need no help. Oh. Now you need to pick up the lightning. And cutscene it is. Still not sure about this sword. Bravo! That was quite a show adventure. Why, the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. Who are you? I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the lightning shard is yours. What? No dramatic entrance? You've changed. Who is this? Oh. Ugh, you remember that? In my defense, I got caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest-to-God's hero, after all. Well, the contest continues, so you better hurry back. Ah, one last thing. Thank you, Demagen, for bringing me here. Who's a good cat? Clearly that was a reference to something that happened earlier in the story that I'd forgotten about. Wom, wom, bom, 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 bom. Meow. You have a shard? Then you win. I searched high and low, but couldn't find so much as a trace of stagnant ether. Wow, Alisaie. It appears Alisaie had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? A lightning shard that fairly dances with the concentrated energy it harbours. Handle with care. What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? Quest objective markers. That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we could both learn a great deal from Demagen, not only about the secrets of adventuring. Come, we should attend to our mission. It's always been explained as, you know, the echo, realistically. The blessing of Heidelin. That allows us to see these bits and pieces. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Hemisphere. Only one obstacle remains, the security systems within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I'm right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Should. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Where's he going? Does he need... Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. Are we going to get a roleplay moment with Braha? Oh, the Hemisphere's the big Colosseum-like bits. I remember going there when we first got to Azizlar back in Heavensward. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sounds like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of ether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphanos was more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlayan knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the vows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief. And I admire him for it. Admiring Alphino. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. What is... Oh, this is Graham. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerns the Allagan civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studio. I didn't. The thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Student of Baldessian convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods! An Archon's thesis? I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes. Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Pixels! They really need some updates. Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Verifying. Loop. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, your highness. Never ceases to amuse me. It is but a pity the effect will not last forever. Dogat Nooney said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption. Bleep. Searching. Bloop. One item found. Iconic corruption. An overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Heck. Well, go on then, your highness. Tell the nice node the password. Right, let's see. Glory be to Allag. Long live Emperor Zandy. Bloop, bloop. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now. Passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance. Password. Password. The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Wild Rose. No! Bleep bloop. Password incorrect. Again. Be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Oh, God. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it is them. Nod. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Password! I think that might be on my episode title. Let's get some... stuff. Right, that's going to do it for this first episode. I really enjoyed that bit. Password! It was just the drama of it. You know, there's a certain sense of theatre, I think, with scenes like that. And again, the levity and humour of it in comparison to some of the much more oppressive, darker stuff that we've seen in both the Shadowbringers MSQ and realistically, the kind of Yorha stuff as well has been quite oppressive and dark in its storytelling. Makes you miss Hildebrand, really. Oops, back the microphone. So that's going to be it for the first bit. Next time we will revive a legacy. Hope you've enjoyed this chunk of the 5.4 narrative experience. Until next time, have yourselves a good day. Stay safe out there. Cheerio.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.